you make me wanna talk back to you. Say it like that. If I hate you, then find someone new. Baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill.
Never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. Going with the gut, never had a doubt, felt like this is just a must. Put me in perspective, I'm the deepest in the cut. Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now. We know I ain't ballin' yet, hoes wanna holler, oh no, I don't call them back. Girl, let me see you hold it down, we gon' have a blast. Cause I just wanna know what you gonna do with all of that. Ain't gotta say a word, I know what's up. You can have it all, watch me rip it off. I'll admit it, you got me feeling hella loved. Even when it's going down, know that we gon' live it up. Young shot caller, always been a baller. Know that you the one, I can feel it in my heart. Yeah, I won't stop charging, we going come harder. I can see you and I, way beyond the stars, girl. I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right, it feels right. It feels right.
diamond from gold. Maybe you are something I cannot define. Maybe you are the fallen kind. I lay in bed with violence, the silent side of me. We see where fire starts to breathe. When I would lay in silence, the voice inside of me made me use my mind right. Use my mind right. Use my mind right.
We're gonna burn it down. Burn it down. We're gonna burn it down. Burn it down. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder.
I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker.
Show them. Change the station with a new shit. Show them. Change the station with a new shit. Change the station. Change the station. Change the station with a new shit. With a new shit. Change the station. Change the station.
Coming alive. Heat of the night. Now is the time. Don't try to hide, 'cause I'm gonna coming alive. Heat of the night. Now is the time. Don't try to hide, 'cause I'm gonna you like an animal.
Hey, what is up, everybody? My name is Nick Holden. I'd like to welcome you here today to the rAge Expo Digital Edition Super Sunday Finals as we get ready for the Call of Duty Mobile showdown between the two teams that we've been waiting to see. I might need to just catch my breath and calm down a bit because we have been waiting for this moment for a long time to be able to stream some Call of Duty Mobile action and provide that action to you live here today. We've got two massive teams in their own right, that being Hybrid and Toxicated. Now, going into this game, these teams have been fighting essentially through an elimination bracket to make it all the way here. Hybrid coming through the winner side of that elimination bracket, and then Toxicated rather coming through the loser bracket. But going into this matchup, I think this is the fight of what we've been talking about. The matchup between the heads up of the Grandmasters, that being Hybrid, the Grandmaster being Tiano on his side, and Toxicated, they've got Kiddo on their side. Both of these players have been formidable in their own right and are willing to be able to stand the test here today. I'd like to welcome each and every single one of you for joining us here on this, our inaugural Call of Duty Mobile stream. And yes, the very first stream of today. If you're wondering, there is much more action coming across to you from the African Gaming channel. We've got at 10 o'clock that Call of Duty Mobile final that we're just about to watch, that you're all waiting on the edge of your seat for. Me too. I'm sitting here. I can't wait to get into the action. Then at 12 o'clock, we've got some Rocket League action where we've got essentially the losers bracket final and grand final to be played there. And then at 2 o'clock, some League of Legends action. For each one of those prize pools, there's 7,000 Rand rather in cash up for grabs. And here today, I'm feeling the jitters, right? I am feeling the excitement as if I was at rAge here today. Yes, I'm at home. It is a little bit different here in this environment. But nonetheless, rAge has really definitely provided us with an amazing weekend, as digital as we could get and as exciting as we get. For right now, it does look like the teams are pretty much ready from our side of things. I want to find out your predictions in the chat. Who do you think is going to come out on top? What team are you backing? This is going to be a first for us on this side of things for Call of Duty Mobile, and we hope that we provide every second of the action. So it does look like we're just waiting on one of the players just to reconnect from our side of things, but just to give you those lineups. On hybrid side, we've got Tiano, Lambo, Mies, Simsi, and 17. On Toxicated side, we've got Kiddo, Greenie, Stoner, Emery's, as well as, I believe, Dragon or Shadow. And I believe it was mentioned in chat a little bit earlier on that Shadow is a formidable sniper rifle player in his own right, and I definitely want to be able to keep an eye on that. For right now, it does look like we've got all the players ready. They all are readied up. So without further ado, nope, we're waiting on Greenies and Shadow to ready up, and then we'll be able to kick off with the action. So just hold tight with us, ladies and gentlemen. But I think in this game, it's going to set the tone as we go into Hardpoint Summit. And this is one thing I absolutely love about Call of Duty Mobile, is the fact that when it comes down to the maps, it's the best maps in Call of Duty. And Summit has definitely been one of those when it comes down to Hardpoint that you need to focus on your close range fights. And at the moment, we're just waiting on 17 to ready up on his side, and we'll be able to jump straight in. Let me just make sure that he's sorted. But what I was saying in terms of the maps today, we've got a fantastic map set. I do apologize. It does look like we've got rAge set up as the first map. We've got Summit actually as a search and destroy after that. So let me just make sure that is ticked and we are good to go. So we're going to be crossing over to Hardpoint on Raid, then Summit, Search and Destroy. Domination is going to be Raid. And then furthermore, this is a best out of 5 series, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to be going to Standoff and then Firing Range. And then the next map set, should Toxicated defeat this hybrid squad, we'll go to a bracket reset. And what that means is that we're going to go to best out of 3 at that point. So that's where essentially this squad from Toxicated will need to come up with a reverse sweep. We're just waiting for the one player to ready up here on our side, and we'll be able to kick off. But ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait to get this one underway, and I want to say, please, by all means, spread the word here. If you want to go into your respective Call of Duty mobile groups, or if you want to be able to head to Facebook or Twitter, make sure that you spread the word, because I think this is a spectacle that we all want to see. So before we jump in, I just want to make sure that the teams are ready. The settings are correct, because that's absolutely important that we need to make sure. It does look like we had a little bit of a reset in the settings, so I will make sure that that gets fixed up on our side of things. Trying to host the lobby as well as spectate does become a little bit tricky, so we're just sorting that out from our side of things. Just give me 2 seconds here, ladies and gentlemen, before we jump into the action. And once again, I see you guys voting in the chat. A lot of people saying that hybrid is going to be able to come out on top. Furthermore, some of you saying Toxicated. And I think Toxicated are coming just because they're in the losers bracket side of things, that it's going to be a bit difficult for them. Essentially, they've got the disadvantage here. When it comes down to hybrid, they essentially just need to win 1 best out of 5, whereas on the opposite side of things, it's going to come down to Toxicated to essentially win a best out of 5 and a best out of 3. But for right now, it's time to jump into the action, ladies and gentlemen. We are officially ready to get going with game number 1. It is going to be hybrid taking on Toxicated, and you are tuned in to ACGL and rAge Expo. Alright, so we can kick things off, and as we highlight here on our left-hand side, it is going to be hybrid on the left, Toxicated on the right. So let's have a little bit of a look at the spread as the teams jump all the way in. And you can see them making their way towards that wide circle on the right-hand side. Long lines of sight is what is going to be needed to control this environment. As we can jump across, and a little bit of commentators first there, as currently Joshua just sitting outside the hill. He's sitting at Lambo. We'll be able to connect there with a couple of big shots. And it's going to be heavily contested early on here, but it does look like it is going to be the squad of Toxicated that jump in and hold the hill. So Shadow on his side of things going to look for those rotations towards next as they get them set up just outside gravel. And they're going to try keep the hold going here, but it's going to be a heavy push coming in here from Hybrid. Shadow is one of the last remaining alive as he picks himself up 2 in quick succession there. And will make it 3, so some great play coming in from Shadow, who stepped into this heal and will go for the challenge, but looks to secure around about 12 seconds left of heal time. As we go into rotations, you can see currently on your map, that team in red, Toxicated, having the rotations early on. That player number 3, that being Simpsy, trying to make sure that he can pick them off of the anchor. Alright, so you can see Simpy now just trying to make sure that they can pick up the anchor position here. You can see the heal as well on that right hand side. That gets taken over by this Hybrid squad that come out with a good retake here on their side of things. So they're going to hold down on the heal, and Simpy currently sitting with that AK-7 for you. And we'll see a player jumping into the hill and takes him down quite effectively. Will he be able to pick up the second? No, Shadow comes out with a great exchange there. So we jump on board with Mies, and on his side, does look like he's going to try go for the challenge. It's a bit late in terms of the heal time, 30 seconds left. But seemingly ready to go head-to-head, but Joshua eventually shuts down that door. Stoner trying to work his way in here at the moment, as it does look like it's going to be a decent hold from Toxicated as they come up with some solid points of their own. Alright, so now all the way to Garage Hill we go, and once again Hybrid with that retake early on, or well, at least the taking of the anchor positions early on. Now you can see when it comes down to Toxicated, they're going to try force their way in here a little bit one at a time, and that's going to count against them here. So one player 1 and 5, and that being Greenies and Shadow, are going to need to come up with some very solid kills of their own. So Shadow works his way in towards the gym side, and now they go for the double heal break, and this is what you like to see from this Toxicated lineup, who step in, come out solid, and come out with a fantastic retake. Toxicated are looking fantastic.
I'm hurt.
Alright, so far so good for this Toxicated lineup as they get themselves the rotations towards heal number 3. And it is going to be a little bit of a retake here with 30 seconds left on the clock, but Toxicated seemingly prioritizing basketball heal. They know how important that can be, and it's going to be a bit of a tricky hold at the moment, because it does look like Hybrid are willing to just forfeit points here on heal. I mean, you can see they gave up essentially with 30 seconds left on the clock. They essentially gave up that heal, and for right now it's going to be once again Toxicated trying to get these early rotations going, whereas Hybrid are going to try come up with a break here. Player number 1 and 4. Let's jump on board with Tiana. We mentioned him a little bit earlier, Grandmaster player on the ACGL platform. Does look like he's going to be able to work his way in. Just decides to recover some health and waits for his team to try to push it from the top side. Tries to look for the break, but it's going to be, I believe that was Greenies that comes up with a fantastic trade. On that side of things, it is a successful retake coming in here from Hybrid, who need to hold on to this heal and almost every single point, because that Toxicated team are developing somewhat of a lead here. Alright, so now Kiddo, we talked about him a little bit earlier, also a Grandmaster player, will jump across, gets a nice 2-piece off of the bat, and that's fantastic here from this Hybrid. Pardon me, this Toxicated squad.
Hostiles have captured the hard point.
So it is a little bit back and forth, and you can almost feel how edgy it is between both of these teams at the moment. And this one really can filter into any way. We'll hold on board here with Kiddo, who's going to look to pick up the scrap time here with his teammates as we go towards the center court. And this is going to be, once again, Hybrid. They always seem to prioritize those rotations, but they seem to get overlapped from time to time. So will they be able to hold the courtyard? It's so difficult. You have so many angles to try work with, and Mies sitting on that anchor position will get knocked down. So we cross over to Joshua, who's going to try work his way up the staircase at the moment. And 109 to Toxicated to the 91 of Hybrid. It is so close. Such fine margins between both of these teams here today. And if you're wondering, ladies and gentlemen, this is game number 1 here between both of these teams. And at the moment, it's going to be Kiddo jumping into the hill, as it's going to be Toxicated extending that lead. They've still got 20 seconds left on the hill time. Let's have a little bit of a look at that map overview, as it's going to be, I believe, that 17 as well as Tiano trying to jump inside the hill at the moment. Tiano is going to be coming through staircase, and it does look like they've got a retake. So with 10 seconds on that clock, it should bring the gap to around about 20 points.
Enemy contact.
And there we go. It is going to be Stoner now as we go all the way to P number 1 in towards the side sculpture. It is going to be the square center where, wow, amazing two-piece coming up there from Shadow. They look to come up with a hold, and it's so difficult to be able to hold this heal. Let's have a little bit of a look here and see what is currently taking place outside this hill, as it is going to be 132 as Hybrid currently coming up with a very decent hold of their own, whereas Toxicated, it looks like this might be the first time that they forfeit their lead in this game.
We tied for the lead.
And it does look like they're going to remain relatively uncontested here. Once again, rotation is going to go in favor of Toxicated. So we cross over to Shadow, who's sitting on this anchor position. He needs to come up with a magnificent hold here for his team as he looks to get pushed by 2. And it's so important just to hold this backdoor. But it does look like Shadow turns, unfortunately, a little bit of bad card timing on his side of things. As it's going to be Kiddo now, who picks up that anchor position, doubles back to make sure that he can watch our window. There is a plant on his right-hand side, as it looks like he will get shut down, but on the opposite end, it is going to be, I believe this is Mies coming through the back, as it does look like spawns do get flipped, and this is going to be a big pickup here from Hybrid to come into retake.
Hardpoint contested.
I'm down. Need backup.
Alright, so Hybrid seemingly building up that lead, but the hill will remain heavily contested. It's going to be Mies bursting through Cash. And at the moment, Mies comes in. Will he be able to come up with the kills that are necessary? No, as it's going to be Joshua and the rest of the crew that work their way in. And that's going to be Toxicated still with a potential 30 seconds of heal time. Kiddo trying to do the most inside the heal at the moment. There we go. He's going to be able to pick up one. Kiddo, will he be able to pick up the second? Jumps across, picks it up. And just like that, is going to be Kiddo essentially putting the team on his shoulders and says, you know what, I can do this by myself if I need to. Score is 168 to 100 and what? It's going to be 166. So heal rotations coming in. A very late push coming in there from... I'm down. Not too sure. Was that Tiano coming into the heal? But it does look like they will have the rotations yet again. Will Toxicated. Tiano is going to try burst through zigzag at the moment. Will be able to pick off one of AC. Follows up with a second, and this is a fantastic break coming in for our Hybrid as they lost the lead just for a little bit. The trophy system will get put out just to make sure that there's no names that are going to be able to catch them off guard. Tiano doing so well on Lambos at the moment as he picks up one. Will be able to pick up the second. No, a decent trade coming out there from Toxicated. Such a nail biter here, ladies and gentlemen.
Hardpoint contested.
As Joshua works his way in, we'll be able to pick up one. He's got the hard point for right now. There's 20 seconds left on the hill, and that will be enough to secure them. But Hybrid decide to prioritize those rotations towards basketball. You can see at the moment all those blue dots on that right-hand side. That's the Hybrid squad. So I want to actually go over to Greenies, who's further forward for his team. Has an absolutely massive role here, sitting with AR, trying to pick down these players at a distance. As Hybrid, before the hill unlocks, it is going to be Toxicated. This is going to be essentially what I think might decide the game here. It is going to be 17 that tries to go through tree, but it's not going to be enough here.
I got shot!
Toxicated trying to push through here. The heal will remain contested. A couple of decent trades as Joshua comes up with one. It's the player inside Jim, and Toxicated retake the heal here. This is absolutely huge as they force Hybrid out. And that's going to be, I believe, this is 17. Furthest forward for his squad. Turns around. Will be able to get the drop shot down on his opposite number. It's not going to be enough, however, as we cross over to Mies on the Mies side of things. Also will get taken out. Hybrid still can't find their way in. Toxicated extending that lead, but it's not going to be enough time on the hill for them really to do too much here. And there we go. We'll get taken down. So Toxicated hold down, and this is going to be... Oof, this is the big moment here. As we go back to the center of the map, will Hybrid have what it takes to keep their opposition that is just 16 points off? I want to cross over to Lambo and see what he's going to be able to do from his position. Whips out his AR, and for right now, throws down a trophy system. It is going to be Hybrid holding down into the hill, and this is going to be the brick wall that they essentially need to put down to stop their opposition from coming in. Lambo trying to get down the shots on opposite ends. will get down enough damage. Toxicated being effectively pushed off. There is enough time on the hill for them to come out with a solid hold here. They're all bottlenecking themselves going through kitchen at the moment. And this one really could be Hybrid's game. They're turning this around. They're turning on its head. They keep pushing them further and further. Hybrid coming up so solid at the moment with 25 seconds left on the hill. Finally, somebody from Toxicated stalls down the hill for a second. A couple of big players get taken down. And there we go. It is going to be Toxicated that turn it around. And for right now, it is Toxicated trying to regain the lead. There's 15 seconds left on the hill. They still can take this one. It is going to be Hybrid trying to push through archers on pillar. And at the moment, it is a contested hill. It means that we're going to go to yet another one. Who's going to be able to prioritize those rotations? It looks like Hybrid is there at the moment. Hybrid get themselves set up. It's essentially a 7-point game. Who's going to be able to come out on top? Hybrid jump in. The countdown timer will keep ticking. The kills come in for Hybrid. They're going to tick it down. And just like that, the hill gets contested. Who's going to come out on top? It will be the squad from Hybrid that take game number 1. Absolutely massive here for them as they secure the win. Ladies and gentlemen, what a game number 1 that was from that Hybrid squad, turning things around when they needed to. And a fantastic performance. Essentially 17 leading there from the front, showing us the Snowman. Coming up in second there, Mies and Tiano. But it was all Hybrid at the end. My goodness gracious. I mean, I feel like I might need to catch my breath there, but let's have a little bit of a look at that score report. 29 kills going over to 17, 28 to Mies Lambo with 21, 23 to Tiano. On the opposite side of things, it was really Greenies and Shadows standing out tall, 25 and 26 kills respectively. Ladies and gentlemen, that was absolutely mad for our game number 1. Can you believe it? Hybrid turning it around at the last minute. Essentially, a team that you just can't rule out. And I've got to get my breath back, ladies and gentlemen. This is not easy to be able to do alone here today, but I've got to say it's absolute pleasure being able to broadcast this action to you. We're going to cut to a short 5-minute break as we get set up for map number 2. I'll see you all in just a bit.
Coming alive. Heat of the night. Now is the time. Don't try to hide. 'Cause I'm gonna hold you like an animal. Coming alive. Heat of the night. Now is the time. Don't try to hide. 'Cause I'm gonna hold you like an animal.
Can't see him. I just can't see him on the ground here. I literally can't see him. can't see him. I just can't see him on the ground here. I literally can't see him.
Coming alive. Heat of the night. Now is the time. Don't try to hide. 'Cause I'm gonna hold you like an animal. Coming alive. Heat of the night. Now is the time. Don't try to hide. 'Cause I'm gonna hold you like an animal.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the action, and it's time to kick off again with essentially game number 2 here. It is going to be Hybrid taking on Toxicated, and Hybrid, if they're going to keep us on the edge of our seat again, I might need to be able to just catch a breath and a breather in between these rounds, because it does look like we're going to be able to kick things off. Let's go on board with the bomb carrier, which is none other than Stoner. It does look like they're going to be finding themselves in mid-map at the moment. There's a couple of exchanges. It's going to be Kiddo that comes out with one of his own, bringing it down to a 4v4 situation. And it's going to be Stoner that comes out with a fantastic exchange. However, great trade coming in there from Tiano, as it's going to be Fluke that actually will get taken out. Greenie's doing well on his own there. So it is going to be a 2v3. So in the two-man side of Hybrid is going to be Tiano as well as Simpy. And it's going to be Tiano picks up one. Oh, will Simpy get traded out there? No, it does look like the teammate cover coming in there. I think that was from Shadow, was not good enough. So Tiano still very much up and around, and you can see by his movement alone, this man is a veteran in his own right. Will be able to work his way through the middle. The bomb is down in the middle of the map. Let's jump across to Greenies, who spots out a player going through that zig. Unfortunately, not going to be able to connect with those shots. So now we get ourselves down to a 2v2. Greenies get spotted out on the top side. He's extremely low, and that means that it's going to be all down to Shadow at the moment, who will get knocked down, and it's going to be Hybrid that come out with the very first round. So good round there coming in from Hybrid. Now they're going to essentially have to work their way forward here.
Destroy the objective. The enemy has the bomb.
As it's going to be Shadow, once again, picking up the bomb.
Frag out!
Those overarching nades will get thrown over the top. Shadow looking to seemingly work his way through that left-hand side.
Enemy inside.
We'll take some nade damage here.
I'm down.
And there we go. Kiddo's going to get the first blood, bringing it down to a 5v4 in favor of Hybrid. Hybrid looking so solid at the moment. They go with a triple push through the doorway. That's absolutely mad stuff. But it is going to be Greenies left alive. It is a 3v2 in favor of Toxicated at the moment. Make it a 2v2 as there we go. It is going to be a great exchange there. As now Hybrid, it's Simpy's that is all alone. And now works his way towards Catwalk. Jumps up on top spot. Both of them there. Will he be able to come up with a two-piece? No, it was a little bit too much to ask, as it does look like we've got exactly what we had in game number 1. A little bit of a tie-up between both of these teams. What a series that we've had so far here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go on board once again with the attacking team. And Stoner this time going to be the bomb carrier. We'll pick up those double nades as he throws one through. Server room, not going to be able to connect with too much there. Doubles back. And you can see Hybrid consolidating their position. 17 comes with a fantastic first blood from his side. That's going to be the call out to actually make the move, as they don't believe that they've got long lines of sight there. Oh, Stoner peeks and he gets essentially punished for it. Hybrid come up with another fantastic couple of trades, but 17 on each side of things, looking absolutely solid this round. What a machine. As Emery's now has it all to do. Spots out a player going through the doorway, will connect with a couple of shots. He's got a silencer on the gun, so might not give away his position immediately, but eventually they do find him as Hybrid pick up yet another round. It is 2-1 to Hybrid. This, of course, being a first to 6.
Destroy the objective. They have the bomb.
Shadow, essentially one of the players that likes to get those first bloods on the board. Let's stay on board with him.
Grenade out!
Oh, a pick off immediately from Simpsy with the sniper rifle in hand. Fantastic stuff from him. Brings it down to a 4v5 player, gets spotted out, and Catwalk will be able to come up with the trade necessary. Unfortunately not. At the moment, bringing it down to a 3v3 situation. Trades all across the board. Shadow now bursts his way into service. Will he be able to connect with one? Does exactly that. Unfortunately gets traded out, and there we go. It's Hybrid doubling their lead. They're 3-1 ahead at the moment. So one thing I definitely want to check out at the moment is just to see what the splits are between these teams, and this will give some of you players just a bit of an indication of how these teams spread. At the moment, it's going to be a 3 defensive towards A. Actually, no, 3 towards B, 2 to A, and it does look like 17, yet again, he's been beasting here today, ladies and gentlemen. Gets another first blood. Stone is going to be able to come up with one of his own. Now bringing it down to a 4v4 situation. Mies comes up with one. However, let's see what happens. Oh no, I wanted a crossover, but it does look like Mies is down. Stoner, as well as Emery's last 2 left alive in a 2v3 with 50 seconds left on the bomb still to plant. Alright, let's cross to Stoner. See, this is interesting when they find themselves all alone. Oh, beamed. Simpsy beams him with the sniper rifle at range. Now Stoner pushes his way through zigzag. Spots out one on staircase. That's going to be information call out for the rest of the team to his position. 30 seconds left on the clock at the moment. Spots out 2. Comes up with solid shots on 1. Call outs get made. He looks like he's going to be forced to rotate back. Player gets spotted out and jump up, and it's Tiano that comes up with the kill to bring it 4-1 to Hybrid. They are looking absolutely phenomenal at the moment. As looks like we will swap sides. On the attacking side, it is going to be Hybrid, whereas it's going to be Toxicated on defense.
Grenade out!
Looks like they're going to go with 2 down mid, 3 down right, and at the moment I have to. I feel like it's mandatory at this point that I jump on board with 17, who's been phenomenal throughout. We'll be able to pick up 1, but it does look like all 3 players get taken down in quick succession. 2v4 situation, 2 men of Toxicated versus each one of this Hybrid lineup. But what I do like from Hybrid is that they're sticking together at the moment. Mies, however, will find himself all alone. 17 now with the clutch. Spots out 1. Will he be able to come out? No, it's Greenies that locks him down, and got to be said, Toxicated looking very solid on the defensive side of things. Alright, so Simpsy has that sniper rifle. I feel like it's mandatory for me to jump on board with him just to be able to see, can he come up with those snipes again? Spots out a player on the right, picks up 1. Beautiful stuff there from Simpsy.
I got shot!
3 players left up for Toxicated. The numerical advantage is in favor of Hybrid. A player gets spotted out at backside B.
Last man standing.
The last man is Kiddo. He's got it all to do here. He comes out through the back, comes up. Will he be able to come up with a kill? No, what? Oh my gosh. Turns on him as Kiddo gets left with his face in the dirt. Fantastic play coming in here from Hybrid. And Simpsy, the man to pay attention to at the moment with that sniper rifle in hand, has been looking absolutely phenomenal. A nade gets thrown out in mid-map at the moment. Spots out 1. The nade will do enough to deter him from being in that position. Fluky comes up with the shot down on Stoner. The trophy system will get thrown towards server side. Hybrid comes up with 1, but it does get traded out here by Shadow, bringing this down to a 4v3. Phenomenal play coming in, but it does look like they've waited too long as Hybrid do find themselves getting pinned back as it's a huge return coming in here from this Toxicated squad who come up with a solid flank, and Hybrid essentially get left or get caught just standing still in server. Now it's going to be Tiano in a 1v2 situation with bomb in hand. Gonna try work his way in. He does have that silencer available to him, as well as these players will go hunting. It's going to be Tiano that spots out one, but it's not going to be enough, as it's going to be Emery's that comes up with the kill. Toxicated, not allowing themselves to be ruled out of this search and destroy just yet. Alright, I think I do want to jump on board with 17, who has been prolific in this series so far. Very much a standout player in his own right. Will connect with the nade, but it's not going to be enough to take down his opposite number. Working his way towards this A-bomb site just to see if it is clear. However, bomb is on board with Tiano at the moment, as he's just trying to spot out. Will jump on top of panel, not being able to connect there. Emery's has been so clutch, coming up with kills when he needs to. Tiano needs to turn around. Doesn't seem like they've got a direction just yet to pick or choose, as they're facing that full 5-man defense coming in here.
Flash out!
As Tiano makes his way through the center of the map. Does look like an 8-push might be installed here. Oh, Kiddo comes up with a massive 2-piece there. Stoner comes up with one of his own, leaving Simpsy all alone here. And Simpsy gets knocked down. Kiddo clutching up like an absolute king. Fantastic plays there coming in from Kiddo. And do Toxicity, or Toxicated rather, have what it takes to be able to fight their way back in this one.
Destroy the objective.
Simpsy once again with the sniper rifle, and that's what I like to see from my side of things.
Frag out!
At the moment, top spread. Man pushes center. Simpsy misses out with the sniper rifle. It was essentially
I'm down. Need backup.
so close. Simpsy. Ooh, the drag scope comes out on top there for Simpsy. Brings it down to a 4v4. I want to cross over to Emery's at the moment, sitting on the backside of B. Does look like they've drawn down to a 2v4 situation. This is massive for Hybrid. It is down to Emery's all by himself at the moment. Spots out one. No, will not take down the kill there, as Hybrid pick themselves up another game. Fantastic from them, as they will find themselves essentially clutching up and going big there to take game number 2. Toxicated left on the back foot, and with it all to do, your MVP for the round will go over to Tiano. A great performance from him. We'll see this kill breakdown. 17 in second, Fluke in third in terms of the score department. Tiano Search and Destroy is one of his favorite modes. I can tell you that from all the way back in the Black Ops 2 days, I believe. So, kills 10 Tiano, 10 going over to 17. Fantastic performance from them. On the opposite side of things, Stoner and Green is both picking up 8. Really solid performance from the squad. And wow, game number 2 providing us with that energy, but Hybrid just clutching up when they need to and showing that BMT, that big match temperament, when they need to find those resources just to clutch up. And from, Toxicated side, they really did put up a challenge, and I think a couple of kills just didn't go or break in their favor there, and I think we could have seen a different game. However, we're going to be crossing to map number 3 in just a second. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to cut to a short 5-minute break as we get ready for that domination, and I believe we're going back to Raid. We'll be right back in just a bit. Cheers.
Coming alive. Heated at night. Now is the time. Don't try to hide, 'cause I'm gonna hold you like an coming alive. Heated at night. Now is the time. Don't try to hide, 'cause I'm gonna hold you like an animal.
him. I just can't see him on the ground here. I literally can't see him.
Coming alive. Heat of the night. Now is the time. Don't try to hide. 'Cause I'm gonna hold you like an animal. Coming alive. Heat of the night. Now is the time. Don't try to hide. 'Cause I'm gonna hold you like an animal.
Can't see him. I just can't see him on the ground here. I literally can't see him.
Coming alive. Heat of the night. Now is the time. Don't try to hide. 'Cause I'm gonna hold you like an animal. Coming alive. Heat of the night. Now is the time. Don't try to hide. 'Cause I'm gonna hold you like an animal.
All right, welcome back to the action, ladies and gentlemen. This is map number 3, and it is going to be hybrid taking on Toxicated, and this is, of course, domination. And at the moment, having a look at the spread, you can see how much that B site will be prioritized here. Hybrid in blue, Toxicated in red. And at the moment, it is a little bit of a back and forth. But
Target's in
Toxicated
sight.
look to be able to secure this one as Emery's comes up through the side. And it does give them a little bit of an open room to be able to try secure this B site. Long lines of sight down all the way through that corridor towards staircase is absolutely massive, as it is going to be Emery's that gets himself into that power position here at the moment. But you can see just in terms of the overspread, player number 1, that Simsi, had an absolutely vital role to try break down that line of sight. And player 5 and 3, that's Kiddo as well as Shadow, need to try orientate themselves. So when it comes down to domination, some of the things that you really need to be able to focus on is that long line that goes directly through the middle of the map. So that goes all the way from that top of the map towards the B site, and then it crosses over. So one of the things that you're going to try control are those oversight points. So whether that's going to be in the bedroom on the left-hand side for Hybrid, or on that right side overhang in what some people call pantry or garage. And as well as trying to make sure that you can control the courtyard. If you control the courtyard, you control rotations going through that middle courtyard via kitchen or going through zigzag. That's what you need to focus on when it comes down to domination. For each second that you've got yourself a heal, you're going to earn a point for each heal that you control. And for right now, it is going to be Toxicated with 2 heals, and that's why you're going to be seeing them essentially extend their lead. So, good play coming in here from Toxicated so far. And I want to stay on board with Kiddo, who's been absolutely prolific. He's currently been a thorn in the side of his opposition, but maybe a little bit of commentator's curse there, as he will get knocked down.
Losing A.
As Tiano looking to rotate his way across. Do we have an overextend here? It does look like that, as Toxicated slowly but surely lose A. But you can see exactly what Hybrid did. They went for the push on A, meaning that a couple of players had to go double back and make sure that they could check themselves there. Therefore, they forfeited positional control over B. It's a fantastic retake and very much textbook retake coming in here from Hybrid. Alright, so we're going to cross over to Greenie, as he's currently trying to control their basketball. Will come out through the back there. I just want to have a look if we've got the overextend coming in there. Yeah, there was an overextend, but it's not going to be enough, as it's going to be a full frontal push coming in here from this Toxicated squad. They need to try regain B, and they're going to try use these pillars almost as head glitches in their own right to try pick off their opposition.
Down, need backup.
There we go, picks up 1. That's huge for Greenies here at the moment. As they try jump into this B site, they're finally going to be able to claim some time. However, it does say that they're losing A. That's player number 3. And who is that? That's Mies trying to come up through the flank at the moment. Does fantastically well, but eventually will get traded out. As we have a look, I believe, at Kiddo, who's going to work his way out of spawn. Toxicated regain that B site. And it's all over the map at the moment, as it's going to be a massive push coming in here, I believe, from Tiano to try pick up that B site. As he looks towards his teammates, and they do come up with a solid secure. So C and B will get picked up by Hybrid, as they're currently behind on points and definitely need to be able to come up with a hold. Let's stay on board with Tiano, who currently on top of things will almost overextend here. And this is uncharacteristic. Will he come up with a 3-piece? No, eventually does get shot down as Kiddo tries to work his way out of spawn here. As 17 on the east side of things. Oh, he's been a little bit of a nuisance. Jumps up towards 3 side. Will get taken out. So, very, very close game, as it does look like a couple more ticks, and we will have essentially Hybrid taking the lead for the very first time here.
Bring it up, squad.
With 50 seconds left in this first hill, it is going to be such a closely fought one here. It is up to 100 points. This one really can go either way here, ladies and gentlemen. Who's going to be able to come out top? Toxicated looking to be able to retake that B side, but it's not going to be enough here. We cross over to Mies, and Mies now jumping on towards a heal will get knocked down. And then Greenies from his side of things trying to work his way up. 26, 25 seconds left on the clock. It is still Hybrid in the lead here. As it looks like a massive 2-piece will get picked up here. Greenies, however, gets traded out. It's Simsi that comes out with 3 of his own to shut down the door. And that should be enough. One more tick is all that is going to be required here from this Hybrid squad, as they come up with that round win. A great, fantastic round for them. As now we're going to go on to the opposite sides and change things around. It's 100 to 90 in favor of Hybrid.
Enemy taking A.
I gotta jump on board with Simsi. I mean, just so prolific, managing to pick up, I think, a 2 or 3 piece there.
Enemy has A. Enemy has Charlie.
now will be in this window side, will eventually get pushed out here.
Taking Bravo.
Intoxicated look to work their way in. Simpsy will get traded out. So we go across to Kiddo. Unfortunately, commentators curse all over the board as it does look like Greenie's going to try hold down this courtyard as B does get picked up. But A and C, we're not talking about the political party, we're talking about the domination sites, will get picked up here from Hybrid. As it does look like C will get recovered here, but it's going to be Stoner trying to pick up that hill, and there we go. That's just given Hybrid enough room to jump in towards B, and that is going to be 17. And Lambo, that ironic, Lambo makes his way towards the Lambo side of life, as 17 will try to pick up a kill there. Lambo picks up 2 of his own before getting traded out there, but Hybrid trying to control the hill. The hill will remain heavily contested as Stoner tries to come out on top. What a close game between these two, but it's Hybrid in the lead. Alright, there we go. Gets knocked down. Greenies on the opposite side. Now trying to control the courtyard. Intoxicated have it all to do here. Currently behind with 17 points. They need to try and make a push. It's a staircase hold coming up here from Greenies. Showing cool composed gameplay there, and they really need to clear their lines, but all players essentially get swept back, and you can see them all coming out of spawn. This is Hybrid just swarming their opposition at the moment, not even allowing them a moment to be able to breathe, and this is where they can effectively start getting a spawn trap going. And a flashbang coming in on Lambo there. Will be able to spot out the player going into courtyard, but it does look like it's going to be an effective trade as Tiano now still holding down the hill. This is coming out solid for Hybrid. They're looking absolutely unstoppable at this point. Intoxicated, oof, it's going to be a difficult run for them as you can see them spread all over. And on the opposite side, it's Mies, the sneaky beaver, that is Mies, will be able to essentially stall down the hill there on C side. As soon as these Intoxicated players leave spawn, essentially they're finding themselves in a position where they've got to forfeit their own flag to an extent. So it's a really coordinated push. You need to make sure that you're moving forward together as a line, this Intoxicated squad. But Hybrid at the moment looking absolutely unstoppable. As eventually some kills coming out in favor. Let's jump on board with Kiddo. Currently reduced to half health. Needs to try to recover. Will get taken down. Stoner also getting pegged down as it is finally going to be Intoxicated that pick up 2 sites of their own. Now they're going to need to hold these and potentially come up with a full dom. It's going to be tricky, but a little bit of an overextend coming in there from Stoner as Kiddo tries to work his way towards basketball court. Will be able to pick up 1, but it's Meeks on his right hand side that comes out with the trade. And Intoxicated get back in. With the time on the scoreboard, I'm not too sure. It's too much higher grade maths for me, ladies and gentlemen. But it is going to be Hybrid looking to try and come up with a retake here. However, they get forced back towards basketball. This is pinpoint perfect play, and this is what we wanted to see from Intoxicated. But it's an absolutely huge play coming in there from Simpsy. But he gets taken out from behind, trying to come up with the flank. So just to calibrate, it is going to be Intoxicated with those 2 heals. The pressure will keep on mounting here for Hybrid, but they go for the overextend. They go towards C. What is this going to mean on the map side of things? It looks like they will pick up that A and C flag yet again. And this is going to be huge for Hybrid as it forces this entire squad from Intoxicated to go back. And if Greenies comes up with a massive clutch play inside kitchen, will they be able to protect B while trying to secure C? With 55 seconds left on the clock, Hybrid doing the most here, ladies and gentlemen. And it looks like they should be able to run away with this one. As at the moment, we jump on board with 17, who tries to protect the hill on B side as he picks up 1 of his own. Now gets spotted on towards those pillar side. 30 seconds, 7 seconds left on the clock. Hybrid coming out solid. And ladies and gentlemen, Hybrid are going to be your rAge Expo Call of Duty Mobile Champions, coming up with a massive solid 3-0. Huge plays from them. And it's absolutely phenomenal. They are going to be your champions, walking home with that 7,000 Rand in cash prize pool. Let's have a look at that scoreboard as Me stepped up to the challenge. He said, you know what, I was filtering back a little bit earlier on the scoreboard. I'm ready to stand tall. You can see 17. It's raining down snowman for him, but it's going to be raining down cash as well as he come out on top of the Call of Duty Mobile rAge Expo Super Sunday Showdown. Ladies and gentlemen, having a look at the scoreboard, it was Me's 27 kills on the board. And got to feel bad there for Shadow. 23, absolutely fantastic performance. Simsy from his side of things, 25 kills. An absolutely prolific performance. And wow, Call of Duty Mobile, ladies and gentlemen, is absolutely lit. What a pleasure that was to cast for you guys. I hope that you've enjoyed it. And from my side of things, expect more, I think, is what we've got to say from our side. We absolutely love Call of Duty Mobile. I'm just kind of jealous in a lot of ways. I come from what is a console background, and you guys get to play on all the best maps. You guys have proper solid broadcaster modes. Call of Duty Mobile is where it is at, and I'm definitely going to be able to cast some more games, hopefully in the future. From my side of things, that's going to bring a wrap. Congratulations to Hybrid, absolutely solid performance from them. Toxicated finishing in second place, and that brings a close to essentially what is game number 1 or series number 1 here today, because that is Call of Duty Mobile. At 12 o'clock, we've got some Rocket League action, and then at 2 o'clock, we've got some League of Legends. And from myself, Nick Holden, and the rest of the ACGL family, we really hope that you've enjoyed the action here today. It has been a pleasure. And for right now, I'll be catching you all on the next one. Much love to your faces. Cheers.
Coming alive. Heat of the night. Now is the time. Don't try to hide, 'cause I'm gonna hold you like an animal. Coming alive. Heat of the night. Now is the time. Don't try to hide, 'cause I'm gonna hold you like an animal.
I can't lie,